Hi, friends, and welcome back to Jesus Time. Let's begin by putting our hands together. Here is my Bible. I open it wide. I learn about Jesus from the words inside. Today, we are going to hear a story from God's Word from two of our books. One is the Beginner's Bible, and the other one is the Rhyming Bible. Now, yesterday we learned about a man named Daniel, and he listened and prayed to God, even though there were evil men that tried to kill him and hurt him. But he prayed to God, and God protected him, even though he went into the lion's den. So we're going to hear that story in two different ways from two different books. First, we're going to do from the Beginner's Bible, and it's called Spending the Night with Lions. God blessed Daniel. He made Daniel very wise. The king planned to make Daniel ruler of all the land. Now the other wise men were jealous. They tried to find something bad about Daniel. But Daniel was a good man. He always prayed to God. He always obeyed God. The men could not find anything bad, so they made a plan. They went to the king. Let's make a new law, they said. Let's say that everyone has to pray to you, and if they don't, we'll throw them into the lion's den. That sounded good to the king, and so he made it a new law. Daniel heard about the new law, but he went to his room and prayed anyway. Now the men knew Daniel would pray. They saw him and took him to the king. Let's throw Daniel into the lion's den, they said. The king was sorry. He liked Daniel, but he could not change his law. The men's plan had worked. They threw Daniel to the lions. The next morning, the king got up early. He ran to the lion's den. Daniel, did God save you? He called. Yes, king, said Daniel. God sent an angel to close the lions' mouths. The king was happy, and he took Daniel out, and God had saved him because Daniel had trusted in God. And now we're going to hear the story from our rhyming Bible. It's called Daniel and the Lions. Daniel lived in Israel a long, long time ago. But when he was a lad, he was captured by his foe. They took him off to Babylon and made him serve the king. But Daniel prayed and lived for God in spite of everything. The king looked around for someone wise and good, someone he could trust, to do the things he should. The king picked Daniel, but it made the others mad, so they figured out a plan to make Daniel look bad. The men came before the king and said, "You are so great. May we suggest a simple rule that you can legislate? For 30 days and 30 nights to you alone we'll pray. The lion's den will be the fate of all who disobey." The king agreed, and so the rule was made into a law. The other men watched Daniel, and this is what they saw. Daniel went into his room and kneeling down to pray, he thanked the Lord and asked for help like every other day. See, they're back there, they're trying to catch him. And you know they do. And then he has to go in the lion's den. The men ran to tell the king that Daniel disobeyed. The king was sad but couldn't change the rule that he had made. And so the men took Daniel and brought him to the den. They threw him to the lions. Oh, what would he do then? The king was so unhappy he couldn't sleep all night. When morning came, he quickly ran and cried, "Are you all right?" Daniel answered, "Yes, O king, they didn't get a bite, for God sent his angels to shut their mouths up tight." And let's sing some of our Jesus songs to end Jesus time today. We will sing This Little Light of Mine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine all the time, let it shine. Hide it under a bush, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bush, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bush, no, I'm gonna let it shine all the time, let it shine. Don't let Satan it out, I'm gonna let it shine. Don't let Satan it out, I'm gonna let it shine. Don't let Satan it out, I'm gonna let it shine all the time, let it shine. Shine it all around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Shine it all around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Shine it all around the world, I'm gonna let it shine all the time, let it shine. And let's sing, My God is so great. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are His, the rivers are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do for you. Thanks for joining me, friends. Bye.